Yes. What is the deal, world? All right, who we got in the room today? Let me see. Jay Bugsy, what up? La Familia in the house. Gorilla Strong, yes, sir. Salute to you, homie. The Machiavelli. Eon, what's the deal? Yeesh, what's up? Carlos Lebron, yeah. DJ CeeLo in the house. Here we are, a brand new episode of Live from the Lab with yours truly, qunique. Thank you guys for being here once again. We are up to episode 19, and I know that's baby steps compared to many other, whatever you call these things, podcasts, live feeds, whatever. There's dudes that have thousands of episodes, but we here today, and we're gonna keep on building this. What up, Detroit? What's the deal, son? Ah, you like that line, Detroit? That's from the Mr. Hyde joint. Yeah, produced by Sean Strange. I like that song. That's a fun song to perform. I haven't performed in a long time, but today I got the Batman joint. Gorilla Strong, son. Thank you. I appreciate that. Got the Batman joint today, son. So, I'm not going to get into it right away, but today's subject is going to be a little more on the serious side. Nasty Ruckus, what's up? Melbourne in the house. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today's subject, I want to, recently there was a statement made. I don't know if Billboard made the statement, and I don't know if people picked up on the statement, but it was, let me get my notes. I'm going to repeat this statement again. For the first time in 35 years, the Billboard Top 40 has no hip-hop or rap songs. I had to do some investigation. Something was not correct in their post. Felt like clickbait to a certain extent, but we're gonna get into that. I got my book report here. You know how I do the weekly book reports on every subject. We're gonna have fun with that in a few minutes, but I just wanted to catch up with you. Now, good, Gorilla, because Machiavelli, yes, what's up? So here's the deal. Today's subject, what I want to do today, Mike sounds good, by the way, right? Everybody's cool? Just let me know. But in today's subject, what I want to do is I definitely want to have an open dialogue with you guys about this, because I want to hear some of the different perspectives as to what it is that we're looking at. You understand? I want to make sure that I want to see if we're all on the same page, because, or one of you might introduce me to a whole new way of looking at the situation itself. So I just definitely want to be able to build with you guys on this particular subject. This subject is, it's a fascinating one, because there's a lot of truth, and then there's a lot of smoke and mirrors and behind the scenes shit that I might at times sound like some sort of conspiracy theorist, and at times might be, maybe I'm not as accurate. But for somebody like me that I've been in the business for quite some time, certain things, if it barks like a chicken, you get where I'm going with this? You know what I mean? So, I definitely wanted to touch on this subject today and just really have a different kind of back and forth dialogue with you today, party people. So please let me know if, what is this? Okay. Oh, sorry, man. So let me know if, how you feel during this whole process, and we could definitely get into this subject today. I know a lot of us are passionate about what we listen to and how the music is presented, but there's definitely a whole different section of audience that, might not be privy or might not even care, but that doesn't matter. What up, John Milburn? What's the deal, son? That's for you, homie. Welcome to the show, Live from the Lab. Now, before I get into the main subject, let me make sure I'm doing this right. No, that's wrong. Let me definitely remind you, I gotta do the due diligence of, remember that about 2 weeks ago, I released a brand new qunique track. It's called Toxic Holocaust. It features the homie Lord Goat, aka Gore-Tex from Nonfiction. If you haven't heard it already, please give it a listen, add it to your playlist, whatever have you. It's streaming everywhere. That's the cover. What's interesting about this cover is that if you've seen, I believe, the Buffalo Gals video from way back in the day, or the Rocksteady Crew's Up Rock video, there's a graffiti piece, especially in the, I think it's either that, no, it might be the Hey You, the Rocksteady Crew, that video. I think in the background there's a piece of a tiger on a handball court. The name of that graffiti artist is Bill Blast. That same graffiti artist drew that train on this cover that you're looking at right now for this new single. So there was a method, there was a reason why I chose using Bill Blast's piece. You know, he's a legend. He did that in one of my black books, and so we scanned it and did all the crazy stuff in the background. But that's why the cover came out that way. That's the legendary graffiti artist Bill Blast from way back in the days. So that's the deal with that. And the other thing that was released, of course, is on the rock side of things, my band Mother Fuzz. We released a song called Seeing is Believing with a video. And so if you get a chance to, and if you like what I do in rock, give that a listen, add it to your playlist. It's streaming everywhere. And remember, I appreciate your support greatly, for real, especially with the subject that we're talking today, the rabbit hole that I had to go down in order to get this information. It definitely sends your brain into a tailspin. So we'll get into that. Let's get back to the main. Okay, let me get my book report. So today we're going to talk about a statement, and please join in. Where we at? Let me just make sure. Nasty Ruckus, yes. Gore-Tex he's the truth. He's dope as shit. Happy birthday to Caves. Yeah, actually, Caves is somebody, he and I grew up in the same neighborhood, Gravesend, Bay Ridge. He's another one that I've known for a very long time, and he's definitely a graffiti legend, a neighborhood legend, and I got a lot of love. Actually, Caves, it's funny, this came up in a conversation last week. Caves is the first individual in my life, excuse me, to put me on stage with a live band, and that happened at the Vans Warped Tour back in 2003, 2004. So Caves gets all my love and respect, and big, big, big happy birthday to Caves out there. Love you, bro. Okay. Get ready, y'all. Remember, I want to have this dialogue. We're going to talk about some issues here with Billboard and the Grammys, and some interesting facts about the Billboard and the Grammy situation, okay? So there was a statement made, and the statement was, I'm guessing Billboard made the statement. For the first time in 35 years, the Billboard Top 40 has no hip-hop or rap songs in it. Now, let me get to my, when I read further, after reading the reasons, it's a little more technical than what they're saying. That's why, to me, it felt like a little clickbaitish in a way, because it's like the headline is so dramatic, and then you go and you look, and it's like, the truth is, and I'm not, and this isn't like a super detailed report for you. I'm just kind of like giving you the gist of what I saw. The truth is that streaming, Eon, thank you, son. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support, y'all. And we're going to get into, thank you. Remember, the super chats and the super stickers are up. Thank you for the support in advance, and we'll talk about that as well. Thank you. What I was getting at is when streaming became dominant, especially in recent years, the fact of the matter is the old way of tallying things just doesn't work. And so these companies are trying to figure out how to make sense of it all. Because one of the things that I saw, one of the holes in this whole thing that I saw is that up until now, a lot of these people can cheat and fudge the numbers. There's ways to do it, man. I'm just being honest with you. You could pay something to boost this and that, and a lot of the times, whether it's views or listens or whatever, sometimes it's just a bot, or sometimes it's just somebody passing through. They might see it for the first time, give it 10, 15 seconds of their time, hit the like, and then just move on. And to me, it's kind of like it's not really a full-fledged, honest, dedicated person that's like listening to the song and enjoying it, playing it in their car, playing it at the gym, playing it at home while they're making fucking Sunday brunch. You get the point. So it's kind of not that easy to tally, which makes me think that in the history of this, how could it have been easy to tally all of this shit when I know for a fact, and I'm being honest with y'all, it's not to throw, and I'm not gonna say names, but I know for a fact that a lot of these artists, when they went platinum back in the days, when they were selling physical product, a lot of them that had the money and the staff to do it would buy their own product and just boost their numbers that way. Because all you had to do was just pay for it and then have it scanned, the sound scan, and then it's done. So it's like, the first thing you look at is like, how honest is this really? You know what I mean? Like, how realistic is this? How honest is it, you know? Let me just make sure I look. Yes, Gorilla, that shit is heartbreaking. The AI artist going #1 for me, for a guy like me, and for a lot of my colleagues, is a crime, and it's not cool. It's not. I'm telling y'all, it's not cool. The type of heart and soul and dedication that I put into my craft, that Ill Bill puts into his craft, that Lord Goat puts into his craft, that Vinny Paz, that Esoteric, that Necro, that I could go on forever, that DJ Muggs, that Psycho Les, that, you know, I could keep on going forever and ever. That shit ain't cool, man. It's not cool. The fact that that's allowed there is, to me, it's like you're bullying people that what could I possibly do aside from pulling all my music down from these streaming sites, which is already a pain in the ass and kind of like makes me more elusive and hard to find. What else could I possibly do? I can't just walk up to Spotify or any of these places, knock on the door and be like, yo, what the fuck are y'all doing? I can't do that. It would take a bigger artist to make a stink and to sit down and to level the playing field. So, you know, you see these things and it's heartbreaking. And that's why part of this, like when you guys are donating and stuff, I'm not taking this shit and buying myself a sandwich. I'm not buying myself miscellaneous shit that has. Every time you guys donate, every time you guys stream my shit and I get a check, every time you buy merch, all of that money goes back into qunique in order to produce more, in order to help more, in order to make the product better. You guys are investing in me. That's why I appreciate it. But I don't want to get too far off the subject. Wait, can you buy a #1? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can buy a #1 spot. Yes, you can. I'm not going to say who, but I know you can. I know it's just not a fair game. Now, I'm not complaining because I am playing the game. What I am attempting here with you guys specifically is to do this organically. I get on here and I talk to you from a place of being organic. There's no smoke and mirrors here. You got me as I am. Here I am by my desk. All of my shit is behind me. This is me. It's Q. What I'm saying is me. This ain't an AI. This ain't a robot. It's me talking to y'all, reading what you guys are saying, answering. coming from a place of as honest as I could possibly be, as real as I could possibly be. Now, getting back to the subject. So once again, for the first time in 35 years, the Billboard Top 40 has no hip hop or rap songs. Now, I told you, the problem with what they're saying is that it's become challenging for them to tally and figure out how you put a song on a chart versus how you don't put a song on a chart. That's a crazy challenge. And then there's certain albums that I think about, and I'm like, wait a minute. Now, I didn't do the research, but my big question is, was Eric B. and Rakim's Paid in Full album, was it on the Billboard chart? Was Criminal Minded? And the reason why I bring these albums up is because if you were there, even as a young kid, those albums were everywhere. Were they number one, or were they ignored because of the time? Because at the time, rap was a phase and a fad. But they were still selling a lot of copies. See, it's a weird subject, man. I don't, it's like there's a lot to go down, and I'm not gonna become like an agent. After this, I'm gonna move on to another subject, so on and so forth. I'm gonna keep on releasing music, but today I just wanted to tackle this with you guys. Okay, so thank you, Alyssa. I appreciate that. That's right, John Milburn. It's not. No, we didn't care about the charts, and you're right. Thank you, Nasty Ruckus. I appreciate it. What's up, Michael? What it says about the industry to allow that is that they don't care. They're dirty and greasy. The people that do that, it's dirty and greasy. Because imagine an AI politician. Imagine an AI doctor. Imagine an AI, because to me, and the reason why I'm saying this is because people tend to forget how important music is. Music is important. Try to imagine a life, a world without music. Try to imagine that. Seriously, try to imagine no concerts, no albums, no music videos, no favorite songs, no favorite albums, no watching your favorite artists, no taking the journey with your favorite, no having those songs that help you through a hard time in your life or help you through a beautiful moment in your life. So why would you take something so sacred to so many human beings and make it greasy and dirty by lying? And if that's the case, if it's cool for the AI bot to have a #1 spot, then give the fucking award back to Milli Vanilli. How about that? Give it back to them. Give it back to them. Make them legends. Because apparently they were way ahead of their time with that concept. Am I right? Am I lying? Why shit on them, but then several years later, give the #1 spot to a totally fake, non-human thing? That's a contradiction. That's an ass backwards, man. You stripped and ruined the lives of two human beings because they thought they knew something that nobody else did. And they made a mockery out of those guys. One of them died. Give them their money back. Give them their awards back. Let them go on tour now. If we're going to be lying and bullshitting, let them have let the last remaining artist from Milli Vanilli live his life in the lap of luxury then, if AI wins. That's my thing. That's my thing. So, and I'm appreciating everything you're saying, man. I'm appreciating everything y'all are saying. Now, getting back to it. 35 years, no hip hop recently. What I found out, though, is over 276 rap albums have been #1 on the Billboard charts. 276. That's crazy. That's a big number, man. So here, I'm going to read this. These are the top 5 artists that have had #1 albums on the Billboard chart. Only one of them I wasn't really familiar with. Eminem is at #5. The Marshall Mathers LP, The Eminem Show, Encore, Curtain Call, Relapse, Recovery, The Marshall Mathers LP, Revival, Kamikaze, Music to be Murdered by, and The Death of Slim Shady. All of those were #1 on Billboard. 11 #1 albums, Eminem. Crazy. The next one, this is the only guy that I'm not really familiar with his catalog. Future. He, 11. DS2, What a Time to Be Alive with Drake, Evolve, Future, Hendrix, The Wizard, High on Life, I Never Liked You, We Don't Trust You, We Still Don't Trust You, Mixtape Pluto. That's all of Future's. Future is #4. #1 albums on Billboard. #3, Kanye. Graduation, Late Registration, 808s and Heartbreak, My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy, Watch the Throne with Jay-Z, Yeezus, The Life of Pablo, Ye, Jesus is King, Donda, and Vultures. That's all of Kanye's. He has 11 #1 charting albums on Billboard. I'm just giving y'all this information so that we can open up this conversation. It's fascinating stuff, man. It's fascinating stuff. So far, every artist that I'm reading are big, which means that they have the staff, they have the budget, they have a lot of things that a guy like me does not have. And I'm gonna get into my own charts as well and talk about that. #2, Drake. He has 12 #1s. Take Care, Thank Me Later, Nothing Was the Same, If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, What a Time to Be Alive with Future, Views, More Life, Scorpion, Care Package, Certified Love Boy, Honestly Nevermind, Her Loss with 21 Savage, For All the Dogs. That's all of Drake, and he is #2. Can you guys guess who is #1, who has the most #1 Billboard charts, the #1 Billboard charting albums? Let me see. Who can guess? Who can guess? I'm waiting to see who could guess while I get a little sip. Who is #1 in rap on the Billboard charts with the most #1 albums on Billboard? Anybody know? Let me see. Excuse me. My burping is crazy. There you go, Nasty Ruckus. Jay-Z is #1 with 14 #1 albums. Volume 2, Hard Knock Life. Volume 3, Life and Times of S. Carter. The Dynasty, Rock La Familia. The Blueprint 2, The Black Album. Collision Course with Linkin Park. Unfinished Business with R. Kelly. Kingdom Come, American Gangsta. The Blueprint 3, Watch the Throne with Kanye. Magna Carta, Holy Grail, and 444. Jay-Z, man, what a crazy run on Billboard, man. Now, to be fair, I've definitely went and looked at my own charting. For myself, the first time that I've ever charted on Billboard ever was, you like that, Nasty Ruckus? R. Kelly's name, the first time I've ever had anything chart was when I wrote for CNC Music Factory, for those that know about that. And insanely enough and hilariously enough, that song charted #1 on the dance pop charts. So I've had a #1 song on Billboard. Now, I wasn't in that group CNC, so however they pulled that off, I don't know. I wasn't behind the scenes with that group. I was a hired gun for them for that. Yes, exactly. There you go, Jay Bugsy. Thank you, Jay. So that was my only time I went #1. Now, fast forward, The Arsonists. A lot of people don't know this. The Arsonists, my group, The Arsonists, we reached number 78 on the R&B and rap charts for As the World Burns, our album. That is the only time we ever charted, I believe, and that was it. I don't even know if our second album even charted. I don't have any information on that, but The Arsonist, As the World Burns, number 78 on the R&B and rap Billboard charts. Kind of crazy, right? Now, here's an interesting one, because now I can speak about my experience. Stillwell, my band Stillwell, our second album, Raise It Up, charted several times. I'm gonna speak on that. So our second album, Raise It Up, charted top current LP, top current album for Raise It Up, number 143. Top rock album, number 38. Top independent album, number 25. Heat Seeker, number 4. Top hard rock album, number 12. That was for Stillwell's second album, Raise It Up, when we were signed to an independent label. Now, what I find odd about that, and even with the other stuff that I talked about, is that it doesn't necessarily add up in a sense of, you think, like, for instance, with Stillwell, right? Like, I read all of the different charts we were on, but the album didn't go gold, didn't go platinum. It didn't, put us on a headlining tour. So there's like, as artists, we kind of get excited for certain things like this, but it doesn't always equal something. It's just like, it's like sometimes it becomes like this standalone thing. It's a very strange, because when especially with the Stillwell stuff, when I read all of these things that have happened, I can honestly say it didn't change the trajectory of Stillwell. It didn't make the band bigger, or it didn't open the doors of opportunities even wider than what we possibly could have had. So it's a fascinating trade of, okay, we're on all of these charts, but what does that mean? And it's interesting because the article that I read, where the guy was analyzing the statement that Billboard made that, for the first time in 35 years, Billboard's top 40 has no rap. But the guy goes through all of these intricacies of how things have changed, streaming, and it changes, and somebody like Taylor Swift could dominate because she can have so many songs, so there's not a lot of slots left for other people, and it becomes this really strange thing. But John Milburn, that's a dope question. I'm definitely gonna answer that. At the end of the day, when you have an artist like Taylor Swift or whoever that big, they take up all of these positions, and then all of a sudden you don't have any more slots left. But what was interesting about the guy's article was at the end of it, he said, "I'm not sure Billboard matters." He didn't want to say it definite. He said it in a roundabout way. "I'm not sure it matters." And the only reason why I'm echoing his statement is because I find it offensive that you're going to make a headline like that. What was the point? What do you do? What, it clickbait for Billboard? Serious? What was the point? Why do y'all have to, like, oh, the first time in 35 years you rap it? It's like, yeah, but rap is still, in my mind, and from what I look at, still the number one streaming music on the planet, next to country and pop. So what are we really talking about, son? What was the point of your statement? And if this dude that's analyzing comes to the conclusion that I'm not even sure you guys matter, then maybe you should worry about fixing your chart and less about taking rap and putting it under your foot, man. Like, come on, son, do better, be better. John Milburn. And Jay Bugsy, I'm answering that question too. So John Milburn, he asked me a dope question. "Hey Q, do you enjoy being an underground artist?" I do. But I just enjoy being an artist, if you get my drift. I don't like the categories. I don't like, I like to blur the lines. I like to think that, and somebody like Jay Bugsy knows this, I like to think that if I've been doing this for as long as that I've been doing it, that I don't want the title underground stopping me from an opportunity. You got to understand, if I went to law school and put all that time and effort in, then I want to be in a good law firm. If I went to medical school and put all of that time and effort, I want to be in a good hospital. I put a lot of time and effort into this. I've toured the world with this. Been in the Arsonist, been in Zulu, been in Rocksteady. I got all of the stripes. I got stripes up and down my sleeve with the things that I've seen and done. And I don't wave it like that. The point that I'm trying to make is that I just want to be respected as an artist, not necessarily underground, not necessarily pop, not necessarily this, I just want people to be able to listen to the music that I'm doing, whether it's qunique, whether it's Mother Fuzz, whether it's Stillwell, whether it's Rodimus, whether it's Arsonist, whether it's whatever, and just say, I like this artist, period. Because there are artists that that did it all. Prince did it all. Prince rapped, he did R&B, he did rock, he could shred on the guitar, he could play drums. He was an artist. He was an artist, and that's it. So that's the way I kind of look at it. Sure, of course, I love the fact that I came up through the trenches of real hip hop, and a lot of the people that I came up with, whether it's like I say, Ill Bill or Jean Grey or fucking Queen Heron from the Juggernauts or the Juggernauts themselves. Like, all of these people were very serious about their craft. So I'm glad to come from that graduating class. That, yes, I'm glad that I come from that. But when you work at something, no matter what it is, you definitely want to see yourself elevate in whatever your passion is. I don't care if you're a baker. I don't care if you're a carpenter. I don't care if you're a plumber. You want to climb that ladder. Am I right? And it's the same here. Like, you know, I want to be able to build something, but the only thing is, you guys got to build it with me. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. I want to do things organically. That's a conversation I just had with my homie, the bass player Eric from Mother Fuzz, is that we want to have this vibe of doing things organically, but we also know that we got to kind of play the game, which kind of like makes you feel kind of like weird, because you just want to get by on the merit of a good song, a good album, or just being a good artist. But it doesn't really work that way. It doesn't. So you find yourself in a strange place. Going off the subject, just a pinch. I'm very passionate about this. Danny, what up, Spoon? What's going on? Nah, I'm not, Gorilla, and that's the deal. Exactly, Gorilla. You got it. You understand. Thank you, Nasty Ruckus. That's definitely a way to look at it. And it's like, because people don't play fair, that's why those things happen. Where if it's a radio hit, people want to shit on it, and if it's underground, nobody pays attention. And to me, it's like, why don't we just level the playing field? Why don't we just do a blind taste test? How about just play the song and let's see what happens? But I don't know. It might be chaos. they might riot in the streets, because some people love the position that they bought. I mean, earned. Oh man. Yeah, thank you for you guys have to build this with me. Whether it's qunique, whether it's Mother Fuzz, whatever. The truth is, you guys have to build it. When you look at, whenever I go to certain, geez, man, what is it, NASCAR? Whenever I see certain hip hop groups or rock groups that do well without all of the shenanigans of charts and all of that whatever have you. New York hard. There's certain New York hardcore band. I just saw Agnostic Front, right? Agnostic Front has been putting out music, I want to say since maybe 82, 85. And I just saw them last week. Packed house. The guitar player's 70 years old. But the fans are fucking dedicated, man. They show up with their kids. They're in the room. I opened up for Vinny Paz last year, 2 years ago, here in LA. Motherfuckers came out. They love Vinny. They were happy to see me there, but I don't have the movement that Vinny has. His fans are there. And I hope to achieve that with you guys someday. I really do. I hope to achieve that, where we're all getting together, wherever state you're in. And I roll up, and there's a lot of y'all ready to fucking rock out because we all love the same shit. And we're all bonded by these songs that I'm making, and we're having a great time. And get to hang out afterwards and all that shit. Man, all of this from Billboard. Oh my God. Nitty, what's the deal? Mere Depth. Yes, there you go. Thank you, Gorilla Strong. Thank you. And I know you guys are here because you guys show up. And now you guys, some of y'all are showing up for Wednesday, for Friday. Yo, trust me, that shit stays on my mind. I don't take that shit lightly, man. I don't. I appreciate it to levels that you can never imagine because it's surreal to me. Just to let y'all know that. Now, my thing is, getting back to this whole Billboard chart thing, is if you're having a hard time with sorting out what goes on the chart, what doesn't, maybe it's time for you to rethink your strategy and do things right and bring it to a grassroots level. Because there are just certain things that come out and you're just like, wait a minute. Are y'all sure you're doing this right? Because I know the popularity of this or this or this or this. Thank you, Yeesh. Thank you very much. Thank you, John. Yes, John Milburn. Yeah, exactly. And even they lost their way, MTV. They lost their way, in my opinion. Why didn't they stick to their guns? Why didn't they try to figure out instead of cramming fucking reality TV down our throat? Fuck that. Sometimes you just gotta, like the New York hardcore dudes, like certain rap groups that we all know and love, sometimes you just gotta stick to your fucking guns, man, and make the situation better. Don't be such a a stay in front of the line whore. Don't do that. Like if your shit is MTV, music TV, Gorilla Strong, son. Then stay with music. Figure it out. If I have to figure it out, you have to figure it out. And they had the money to figure it out. Sorry, man. As you can see, thank you, Spoon. As you can see, I'm pretty passionate about this because the fact of the matter is, I love what I do. And you guys make me love it even more because the way you react, the way you respond, the way you build, the times you guys send me DMs, the times you guys repost my shit, the times you guys are more passionate about a certain song that I did more than I am. So overall, it makes me passionate about this subject because you guys have nominated a group of us And I keep on saying the same names. Me, Ill Bill, Vinny Paz, Czarface, fucking Atmosphere, Dilated Peoples, Evidence. The list goes on and on. You guys nominated a lot of us to keep feeding you this shit that you love. So of course I'm gonna be passionate about it. I wanna do it right by y'all. I wanna do this right by y'all. We all do. Everybody I named wants to do the shit right. Trust me, I talk to these guys on the reg. Want to do it right. Now, another thing that I found interesting, let me see if I got this right. I want to go into the Grammys for a second. It was just an interesting thing. Now, the Grammys to me is also a fascinating thing. The Grammys, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Billboard, all of these things are fascinating to me. I'm not gonna totally just hate on shit just to hate. I just come from a perspective of, okay. And then I have to, with certain things, you gotta kind of like remember certain eras and how things were going. You gotta remember at one point in music, the mafia was heavily involved, man. Michael, what up? Yeah. Thank you very much. Much love to you, man. Thank you. You got to remember that if the mafia was involved in music at one point with payola and all of that shit, it has a bad history, man. It has a dirty history. And that is, it is what it is. I'm not even here complaining. You got to remember, I'm from Gravesend, man. I know. Let's just leave it at that. But the reason why I bring that up, because it already tells you the game was already rigged. It's been rigged. It's rigged. Now, it doesn't deter me. It doesn't discourage me. It just gives me an incentive to figure out my own puzzle. And the only way I'm going to do that is with y'all. I need y'all. Just being real. Obviously, I can't do this on my own. Can't. I need your attention. I need your support in order to move forward. Just being real. Every artist I name needs the same shit. We need your attention and we need your support. And we'll keep on doing this fly shit. Period. Check this out. Just on a side note. Hip-hop. J Bugsy, son. Thank you. La Familia, son. Rat Pack. That's right, baby. Thank you, Don. Thank you. Thank you very much. Don T58. Thank you. Okay, so the first rap group to win a Grammy, most people know, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, 1989, for the song Parents Just Don't Understand. Fascinating, right? I don't have any opinion about Will Smith's type of hip hop. I know that I've seen Nitty McNuggets. I'm definitely gonna answer that question. I've seen moments where Will Smith was on some real shit, so I can't hate on him. I just know that he does a specific brand of hip hop. It's kind of like, clean boy shit, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of rappers have done that in history, so what I don't see a problem with that. Might not be my cup of tea, but he got the first Grammy ever for rap music. Fascinating. A clean song. Parents Just Don't Understand. So, but what's interesting about that is like I said, hip hop was putting out shit way before that. So shouldn't the Sugar Hill Gang have won a Grammy for Rapper's Delight? Because that song was everywhere. No one can deny that. Why didn't that get a Grammy? What was the criteria? What was the problem for that single that was ringing through speakers all over the fucking globe? Why didn't that win a Grammy? What was wrong with that? Why didn't that song meet the criteria? Why didn't The Message by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five win a Grammy? Why? Nobody can answer that. Crazy, right? Because The Message was a big song. Rapper's Delight was a big song. I mean, we could go on for, Run DMC, he has shit that was big. Anyway. So here are my notes. Check this out. Just for your own knowledge. Thank you, John Milber, right? It makes sense. It's like you look at it, you're like, wait a minute, man. Rapper's Delight didn't win a Grammy? Do you know how big that fucking song was? That shit was everywhere. It was everywhere. I know that they sold millions of copies of that shit. Period. Anyway, so here's some Grammy facts. Just hip-hop winners. I want to see what you guys think about. 1996, Naughty by Nature won a Grammy for Poverty's Paradise. 1997, the Fugees with The Score. 98, Diddy, No Way Out. I don't mean to laugh, it's not funny. 99, Jay-Z, Volume 2, Hard Knock Life. 2000, Eminem, Slim Shady LP. 2001, Eminem Again, Marshall Mathers LP. 2002, Outkast, Stankonia. 2003, Eminem Again, The Eminem Show. 2004, Outkast Again, Speakerbox, The Love Below. 2005, Kanye West, College Dropout. 2006, Kanye West, Late Registration. 2007, Ludacris, Release Therapy. 2008, Kanye West, Graduation. 2009, Lil Wayne, The Carter 3. 2010, Eminem Again, Relapse. 2011, Eminem Again, Recovery. 2012, Kanye West, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. 2013, Drake, Take Care. 2014, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, The Heist. 2015, Eminem Again, Marshall Mathers 2. 2016, Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly. 2017, Chance the Rapper, Coloring Book. 2018, Kendrick Lamar, Damn. 2019, Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy. 2020, Tyler the Creator, Igor. 2021, here's a fascinating one. Nas, King's Disease. You know how many albums Nas put out before he got that? Illmatic, son, never won a Grammy. 2022, Tyler the Creator, Call Me If You Get Lost. 2023, Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. 2024, Killer Mike, Michael. 2025, Doechii, Alligator Bites, Never Heal. Fascinating, isn't it? Crazy, and that's what I was gonna ask. So wait, somebody had asked me, wait, where are we? Somebody had asked me a dope question here. Let me get to it. Was our shit meant for, so Nitty McNuggets, was our shit meant for mass consumption? Yes. I'll tell you why. I, along with everybody I name, Ill Bill, Vinny Paz, we are walking in the footsteps of KRS, Rakim, Nas, Wu-Tang, Outkast. Get where I'm going with this? NWA. I'm not saying that everything I drop is earth-shattering. I'm never gonna say that. It's not, I don't have that ego. But when I drop, when Ill Bill drops, when Vinny drops, when Czarface drops, when Evidence drops, yeah, we're looking for that mass consumption because we're putting our fucking hearts and souls into this work. And this is what we do. If I was a carpenter and I'm building all types of shit and I'm getting no sale, no jobs, no gigs. It's fucking terrifying. You understand? We're craftsmen at what we do. You guys, whatever you guys do in your lives, you're craftsmen. So imagine the passion or your whatever it is that you do, that you believe in to earn, isn't earning, isn't spreading, the word isn't spreading on your craft, on your passion. It's fucked up. That's dope, Nitty, and I respect that. But there was a time we did. There was a time we did. Because there was a time when Criminal Minded was the most played shit in the streets. Paid in Full, Long Live the Kane, Enter the 36 Chambers, Illmatic, The Shining. You get my drift? The industry changed it and tainted shit for whatever reason, whether it's a conspiracy or not. Shit got tainted. Shit went fucking far out the window, way beyond what we even could have fathomed. But there was a point where that real shit was on the radio. That real shit was everywhere. It just was. It just was. Everywhere. In any state. In any state. Hieroglyphics crew. We could go on forever. The people that brought that real shit. Jurassic 5. We can name names forever. But you understand. Taking myself out of the equation, none of these people I named did it so they can sell 5 copies, 100 copies. They did it for success. It's the music business. You know what I mean? I don't think Wu ever got a Grammy. Maybe Method Man, but it didn't come up on my list. But it's weird because when you look at some of the accomplishments, like Wu sold a lot of albums, man. NWA sold a lot of albums. And some of these albums that I mentioned, we don't know because there was some funny business. So when I mentioned like Sugar Hill Gang, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, Criminal Minded, Paid in Full, there's definitely some dirt there. Not on the rapper's behalf, on the label's behalf, on the industry's behalf, because how do you say, again, that the Rapper's Delight single never won a Grammy? How could you even say that? That song comes up in movies, man. That's a big fucking song. Big song. Tell us more about Walk Among What Remains of that track. Oh, thank you, Gorilla Strong. So, let me give me a second here. Let me get my notes on that. I don't want to botch what you're saying. That's very important. Give me a second here. Let me make sure I get everything correct. Come on, son. Here we go. So Walk Among What Remains, produced by the Oh, this shit ain't still. Produced by The Archetype. It's got myself, Ill Bill, Wild Card, and Right Hook. My man Leeds out in Boston, been doing his thing for a while. He got at me. Thank you, Machiavelli. You understand my plight, man. You understand my plight. And I'm not throwing dirt, but what you just said about, Cardi B having a Grammy but not Wu is criminal. You understand what I'm saying to you? You see what I'm saying? It's weird. It's weird. Wait, there was another report. Give me a second here. There was something else that, like, check this out. I'm gonna take it deeper for you so you know how weird this is. Bob Marley, Snoop Dogg, ABBA, Guns N' Roses, Queen, Tupac Shakur, Jimi Hendrix are just a few names of people that never won a Grammy. Something's off. The Guns N' Roses shit makes no sense. Tupac, ABBA never won a Grammy. It's like when you see it that way, then you kind of shrug your shoulders and you say, not that important then. Anyway, getting back to what Gorilla asked me. Walk among what remains. So the homie Leeds got at myself and Ill Bill and asked us to take part in this song. This song was definitely up our alley. It's got like a little bit of a rock feel to it, like a little smidge of a rock feel. I don't really have a full-on behind-the-scenes story. I never met Wildcard and Right Hook. I did speak to Leeds a couple of times. I even think he was doing a podcast at one point, I believe. But at the end of the day, it was just a cool track to do, and you know, unfortunately I don't have. I wish I had. You know, QO usually always has a story to tell. I don't have much of a story to tell on this, aside from congratulating them brothers on putting out such a cool song and inviting me and Ill Bill to be a part of it. That was really cool. So much love to that clip right there. Yeah, John Milburn, I feel you, man. I feel you. The Grammys are fixed. I think it's all fixed. I think the whole game is dirty. I think politics are dirty. I think finance is dirty. I think it's all dirty. I think it's all dirty. But you got to kind of, what the point I guess that I'm trying to make is that somebody that's in the business, and I'm sure somebody here is also, you know, thinking about being in the business, or they're also in the business, is that you kind of learn to deal with it, and then your brain goes into this place where you're constantly trying to figure out the puzzle, the Rubik's Cube, on how to get your whole side for everyone to see. You know what I mean? So that's where it gets interesting, is that although I know the water's dirty, I'm still going to take a dive in it anyway. Because, number one, of y'all. You guys show me so much love and so much support. Why would I leave? Why would I leave? I got you. Y'all got my back. That keeps me in the room. And then the rest is me figuring out the puzzle. I'll play the game. Not dirty, but I'll play it. I'll play it. And that's why. Come on, Spoon. I got you. I want to do this no matter what level it makes. And how can I forget? Like, you guys have been here since day one. Some of you have been supporting me since The Arsonist. Jay Bugsy was there when I didn't have a record out, when I was just rapping bullshit rhymes. He would come with me to the studio in Queens, Dr. Def's studio. When I was a kid, didn't even know what the hell I was doing. So some of y'all have been here since day one. So I'm going to play the game, no matter how dirty it is. No matter how dirty the water is, I'm going to swim in it and figure it out and keep dropping what I'm dropping. So that's the deal with that. That you know, we can't take it any other way but that way. You know what I mean? So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Exactly, Nitty. Exactly. I have to do this unapologetically because y'all got my back. That's it. So that is my little report on this. Everybody has expressed, even Jay-Z, I've heard him rap, what did he say? Rap mags put my face so they could use my black ass or something. He says it on one of his songs where he's talking about how even he was being used to help sell magazines, to help move a product. Somebody that big understood immediately. Immediately. He knew. I pay attention to those lines because they're educational. He's saying something that's going to teach me something. Because even on his level, he's got to be prepared. He's got to put his, no matter what you feel about the guy, I don't care if you love him or hate him. It's neither here nor there. We're just talking about a high-level artist such as Jay-Z, who's been in the game forever. He's easily the most richest rapper on the planet, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But he's under attack just like I am. He just has a better seat. But he's expressed his disdain with how motherfuckers move in this industry. He's expressed it. He said it on records a million times. It's no secret. So we all take a beating. And that's why, for me, that's another reason why I don't just bitch up. Because I'm like, well, if Jay could take a beating, and now he lives in a castle, billionaire, with his billionaire wife, still taking a beating, then I could take a beating too. Everybody takes a beating. When you believe in something, you have a passion in something, you're going to take a beating. Let me just prepare you. There's no such thing as a smooth ride, man, in life. We all know that. Don't be naive. You're going to take a beating no matter where you go. They always say it, it's a cliche. It's how you get up from the beating that matters. It's how you deal with the beating, how you respond to the beating. Back in the day, I was terrible at the response. I took everything personal, wanted to beat the shit out of everybody in this industry. Now, I'm like, word, okay. You smack me in my face, I'll be back. I'll be back, fresher than ever. It's just how it is, man. Nasty Ruckus, yo, you crazy. Nasty Ruckus, that's a crazy one, right? They didn't recognize Hove until Annie, the Hard Knock Life shit. Real shit. Yes, it does, John Milburn. Yes, it does. Jay Bugsy, that's a dope question. I hate when rappers publicly shit on other rappers. I hate when musicians do it, period. I live by a code. There are a lot of rappers that I think suck. I don't need to be a bitch ass and come on here, ooh, so-and-so sucks. It's just so you could click and we can all argue and waste time and energy. For what? For what? What does that do? Make me look like a fucking, some negative asshole? Why do I want to be that? Why would I strive? Why will I do all of this work to be that? That's why I don't do that negative shit on here. I don't do that. For me, it's doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right. Let people make money how they want to make money. Cardi B want to make money like that, so go ahead and make your money. Doesn't matter to me. I still got to do me. I still got to talk to y'all. So what? I don't agree with that. Battling, there's a time and a place for it. Loaded Lux and all of them dudes. Like that shit is amazing. That's cool. Some battles, But at the end of the day, I don't like when rappers diss other rappers. I don't like when musicians diss other musicians publicly. I can't stand that. That drives me crazy. Have a code. Live by a code. Mind your business. Somebody to you sucks, so what? So what? I might think someone sucks, but then the person standing next to me might think that same artist is the greatest thing since sliced bread. What does it matter then? Doesn't matter. What matters to me is y'all, me putting out quality product according to my standards and yours, and we move forward together and build this community. That's it. What the hell do I care if a rapper sucks or is great at the end of the day? Right? Period. Exactly, John Milburn. I mean, Zulu lessons, peace, unity, love, and having fun. It's the motto, baby. Best shit ever. It's the best shit ever. I hear you, Nitty, but you know, like here I just encourage positivity here, and let's spread love, man. I might be speaking like passionately and all of that about dirt, and but I also accept the dirt. Like I said, I'm gonna swim in that muddy water and do what I gotta do. I already know it's dirty. Been known. Been known. But I'm still doing what I gotta do and the way I do it. So that's that, son. That is, yeah. Now, let's lighten up the mood, shall we? Yo, so my man Stutters, he went to this like swap meet or something, and he came upon, look at this, an unopened pack of Yo MTV rap cards, son. I'm gonna open these joints live today. Now, he bought me a few packs, but I'm only gonna open one pack today. You happy for Taylor Swift? Be happy. That's good. Good. That's good. If you could ever do I'm not sure what word that's supposed to be. You got to rewrite that word. It says CPYER. Who would you want to do it with? So let me know what you're saying. So I'm going to open this. So this is, wait, I don't know what year these came out. I'm trying to see if there's a year. Huh? Who? Yeah, started. Oh. Oh, if I could cipher. Excuse me. Sorry. Thank you, Stutters. Ladies and gentlemen, Stutters helping me to learn how to read. If I can cipher, you know what? I would love to cipher with Nas. Back and forth. Nas. Who else? That's a Nas is the first. Nas, Method Man, Redman. Just let's leave it at that, because I'm pretty sure I could go on forever. But Jay Bugsy, thank you for that. But yeah, Nas is my first. Like, to be able to trade, like go back and forth just to see how far we could go, that'd be so sick, man. Nas is one of my favorite MCs of all time, and in recent years, what he did in recent years, with all the releases and what he's done over at Mass Appeal and releasing other iconic rappers' albums, man, I got so much love and respect for Nas that, you know, he's definitely somebody that'd be sick. Me, Nas, yes, KRS-One, yes, you guys know. Thank you for that, Gorilla. Anyway, so hopefully that answers your, yeah, definitely KRS, definitely Kane, Rakim, all of them. So we're gonna open this. Let's see if we get any dope cards in this pack. All right, so we opening it right now. Boom. Oh my God, this is an old pack. What year is this? 91, son. I just opened a pack of cards from 1991. Almost feels like a crime, doesn't it? All right, so here we go. First card, MC Hammer. Hammer don't hurt him. What does it say in the back? Artist, MC Hammer. Name, Kirk Burrell. Yo Fact. MC Hammer mentions Yo MTV Raps personalities Fab Five Freddy, Ted Dem, Ed Lover, and Dr. Dre in his hit single, Have You Seen Her? The tune was originally recorded by the Shy-Lites in 1971, but Hammer transformed it into a rap ballad. Label, capital. MC Hammer. Ooh, here's the next card. Y'all ready? LL Cool J is hard as it's the GOAT right there, son. Artist, LL Cool J. Name, James Todd Smith. Yo Fact. LL Cool J appears on EPMD's third album, Business as Usual. He is rapping on a cut called Rampage. At the request of former First Lady Nancy Reagan, LL headlined a Just Say No to Drugs concert at New York's Radio City Music Hall. Label Def Jam. LL Cool J. There's the back of the card, by the way, for those that have never seen these. Ooh. Next card, son. Public Enemy. One of my favorites. Public Enemy. There's Chuck D and Flavor Flav. Artist, Public Enemy. Name, Chuck D, Colton Ridenhour. Flavor Flav, William Drayton. Yo Fact, Public Enemy's DJ Terminator X. Wait, let's read that again. Public Enemy's DJ is Terminator X. Terminator X never speaks, using only his hands. He has been with Public Enemy since its beginning. He is also known as the Assault Technician. Label Def Jam. Public Enemy. How cool is that? Are we having fun yet? Next card. The greatest storyteller ever, Slick Rick, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Slick Rick. Artist name, Slick Rick. Name, Rick Walters. Yo Fact, Slick Rick's unique style is partially due to the fact that he originally hails from England and has adapted the British music style. His solo album included the hit Treat Her Like a Prostitute. Label Def Jam. Slick Rick the Ruler. Yes, sir. Uh-oh. This next card might be a controversy for some of y'all, but we're going to still go ahead with it anyway. Vanilla Ice, ladies and gentlemen. I met Vanilla Ice. He's actually a cool dude, man. I met him backstage at a Korn show. He was actually very cool. But he definitely got a lot of hate in hip-hop back in the day. But he also got a lot of love. Homie sold a lot of records and did some big-ass concerts, so it's kind of like a split decision room. Artist, Vanilla Ice. Name, Robert Van Winkle. There we go. Yo Fact, Vanilla Ice had never actually visited New York, the birthplace of rap, until August 1990, when SBK's promotion director for Top 40 Radio gave him a grand tour. Label SBK. That's kind of interesting, man. Vanilla Ice. Boom. There you go. He's also a carpenter. Very good, right? I think either that or he's a carpenter or he restores cars or something. I think he's a carpenter. Ooh, the next one's a gem, son. The next one's a gem. Run, DMC. Yeah. Artist, Run DMC. Name, Joseph Simmons, Darryl McDaniels, Jason Mizell. Yo Fact, Run DMC has 5 albums. Each has gone either platinum, multi-platinum, or gold. Run DMC, 1984, King of Rock, 1985, Tougher Than Leather, 1986, and Raising Hell, Tougher Than Leather, 1988, and Raising Hell, 1986. Their latest album is Back from Hell, 1990. They also starred in their own movie, Tougher Than Leather. Label Profile. Run DMC, ladies and gentlemen. The Kings. Oh my God, some of y'all are great. Okay, next. Now, this one could be a split decision, you know. It's a weird one, but for me, I feel like their music kind of borderlines, but they did use elements of rap in their music, and I'm speaking about Bell Biv DeVoe, ladies and gentlemen. For those that remember, they were members of New Edition. They broke off, some of them went solo, and these guys made Bell Biv DeVoe. Artist, Bell Biv DeVoe. Name, Ricky Bell, Michael Bivins, Ronnie DeVoe. Yo Fact, Bell Biv DeVoe members grew up in the Orchard Park projects in Roxbury, Massachusetts. They later moved to California. The three began their careers as members of New Edition, the group that also spawned Bobby Brown, Ralph Tresvant, and Johnny Gill. Label MCA. Ladies and gentlemen, Bell Biv DeVoe. That girl is poison. Next, we're almost done. We only got three more cards to go, and we're done with this card reveal. Tone Loc. Tone Loc, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't know that, Gorilla Strong. Thank you for that. Jay Bugsy, that's an awesome question. I don't know. That's definitely a good question. I wouldn't even know how to answer that because Slick Rick had a style that was so different from Dougie, and I'm not really sure how he got signed. Like, I don't know the story that well as far as behind the scenes when it comes to Doug and Rick. I have to look into that. That's a dope question. Okay, so Tone Loc. Okay, let's read the back here. Artist, Tone Loc. Name, Tony Smith. Yo fact, Tone Loc's Wow Thing. Video first debuted on Yo MTV Raps with Fab Five Freddy in March of 1989. A week after it debuted, it sold 450,000 copies. Anybody know if he got a Grammy? It went on to be the best-selling video since We Are the World. That's crazy. Tone Loc was the first Los Angeles-based rapper to break into top 40 on Billboard's pop chart singles. Delicious vinyl label. That's a lot, especially with what we just talked about. There's somebody, like, I don't know if he ever won a Grammy. It didn't come up on my list. There's a possibility that he did for the single, but I didn't see it in my research. But that's what I mean. It's like, it's a weird thing, man. It's a very strange subject. Anyway, next, only two more to go. Here's one of the two. Kool Moe Dee, the Treacherous Three. Kool Moe Dee, the king, one of the icons, one of the legends, one of the most important rappers on the planet. People don't even know it, man. Bow Bogey Down was performing and they ain't no joke. Spoon. Hey Q, do you know what song Fab Five Freddy was mentioning? You talking about the MC Hammer one that they just Have You Seen Her? Is that the one you're talking about? But that's the song that I read on the card, but I'm sure he's been mentioned a bunch of other times. Kool Moe Dee, let me read this one. Artist, Kool Moe Dee. Name, Mohandas Deweese. Kool Moe Dee was one of the first rappers to appear on Yo MTV Raps with Fab Five Freddy. He was in concert with Dougie Fresh, Eric B. and Rakim, and Boogie Down Productions, live from the Nassau Coliseum on September 1988. Kool Moe Dee began his career as a member of the Treacherous Three, one of rap's original crews, label Jive. Boom, Kool Moe Dee. And finally, it's funny, no Blondie. That's right. Fab Five Freddy told me everybody's time. DJ's spinning and sent to my mind. Flash is fast, flash is cool, flash, whatever she says in French. The last card, fascinatingly enough, Fab Five Freddy. How crazy is that? That's the last card in this pack. I never would have predicted that. Fab Five Freddy. Let's read this. Artist, Fab Five Freddy. Name, Fred Braithwaite. Fab Five Freddy has been the only host of Yo MTV Raps Saturdays since the first show aired on September 17th, 1988. Label, Fab Says It All. Fab Five Freddy, ladies and gentlemen. That is the last card. There's also like some thousands of prizes, like a contest card, but obviously if I mail this in, I won't get anywhere because this pack is from 1991, so you just keep that as a keepsake or whatever have you. But that, ladies and gentlemen, was my Yo MTV Rap Cards reveal. I will be doing that for another 3 weeks. So, oh, it's all good, Spoon. I can't speak French, so I didn't want to butcher it myself, you know? That's why I said some. Oh, shout out to, I used to have that. That's where Stutters found this shop right here in San Diego. that's where Stutters found the UMTV card. So if you happen to be in San Diego area, just hit up this shop. I used to have that, or wherever they are online or whatever have you, and you probably could get yourself some packs of UMTV cards or whatever else they have, because I'm guessing it's like a thrifty style type of shop. But ladies and gentlemen, I think we are coming to a close of this episode, but don't leave, because you know where we're about to go. Yo, Stutters, get ready. We're about to go there, son. Ladies and gentlemen, wait, well, let me make sure. Yo, Stutters, what track for this though? Okay, so let me throw it on. And ladies and gentlemen, we headed into the booth. The track 4, right? Yes, sir. No, it's not. Booth. One, two, 1, 2. 1, 2. You can't see me. Let me turn this light on. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hey, yo, Stutters, can you bring the beat down just a little bit? Yeah. We're going to do something different, and there's a reason why I'm doing this. For those that know. Yeah. Bring the beat down just a little bit. Yeah. Diamond in the rough, flip it. Check it. Yeah. Back when breakfast was a bag of chips, between mom and dad the batter strips, a young man who had a wish to have him platinum disc. My parents gave life, the streets gave a family. With the damage in my life, the streets saved a sanity. Was in a room where the dog would shit and piss is where we slept. As soon as it was all hit and miss and unfair regrets. No one ever gave the helping hand or ever show remorse. So dear old dad left us with a tab, we had to pay the cost. Of course, wasn't any help of relatives that had a hand or a plate of food. Broken late like Q, stay in school. Couldn't play the rules, had to find another way. While my brother played us straight away to get a J and brighten Mother's Day. I brought the storm because I was born and raised in ignorance and with an alcoholic stepdad. And in the end, it all boils down to one thing. qunique, the diamond in the rough. Now watch the sun blink. Yeah, come on. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is qunique. This is live from the lab, a new episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for the love and support. Thank you for all the awesome comments and questions on the subject today. Remember on Fridays, I got hair in my face. Remember on Fridays, come join me here again. Friday Night Vibes with qunique here on YouTube Live. See y'all soon. Much love, much respect. Salute. Hey!